Well, here I am again. Hanging tough, I guess you could say. Just hanging. But hanging by a thread or hanging by whatever. But I'm still, trying to get it more and more complex for me too. Yeah, I talked to my daughter this morning, and they're cutting down the phone time. She's 25 miles away. But since I've been going to that place, some people are coming, they say 50, 100 miles just to visit their people. It's some things that are just terrible when it comes to mine. But then I'm just consistently trying to just, what you could say, go fund me and try to help me. I just want to get a lawyer. I talked to one lawyer this morning. He said he can't even look at it with under $5,000, and the CPS people and the hospital seem to be in cahoots because it's a 13-year-old child that's involved. But it's just now I need at least $5,000 to get a lawyer started on the case, and he's familiar with the case. And everybody right here is in Auburn Hills, Michigan. It's right here in Detroit. Because that's where we reside. They took her to Auburn Hills, Michigan, and she's 15 years old. And it's unbelievable that, they're able to do this in public, in broad daylight. But we in third world countries fighting. I'm a veteran. I served 2 terms. In third world countries fighting that people might, be able to be treated like decent human beings. But when you got doctors and lawyers that are subhuman, in the criminal justice system and dealing with blacks, I know it's going to take time to try to straighten it out, but I sure wish that the American way of life would honor Iyanla Numan. She's in Havenwyck Hospital in Auburn Hills, Michigan. I got the phone numbers on the GoFundMe page. Someone that's important enough to just call and tell somebody. If I was in a position of authority, I would at least call and say, "Hey, what's going on with this child? Someone help. Because I think that God rewards anyone who do a good deed. But now But the people here, see, they just end with the bad deed, trying to tell her I'm her problem, and her main right is to disown me as a father at this point. And then now they got her forcefully taking medicine that it's just not right. And time is of the essence. I need to get her out of this hospital. And then it's even hard to explain. But trust me on this. We can be all over the earth claiming that we're going to do this right and we're going to do that right. But things is not going to be right with stuff like molestation of children. Just going on in broad daylight based on milking insurance companies. In other words, when something is ordered, it has to be paid for. It has to be paid for, and it's going to cost. If it's unnecessary, then it's wasteful spending. And that's what everybody, even in the black neighborhood, know that these medical bills is like strange. I don't know what you're gonna do to straighten out just the hospitals here in this country, but they need a hand. They need some type of structure on ethics. There's one doctor here in Michigan. He diagnosed 500 people with cancer and then had surgery on most of them. And still, none of them had cancer. 500? That's not, you would think that somebody's joking somewhere. Is that some type of elaborate joke? But you can look in the streets and you can look in the streets in America now and just see something, especially in these, I guess you say regular neighborhoods. What I mean by that, places like inner city Detroit, it just, can you tell by just looking? You see just how devastated, you just see mostly single parent, family, been broken down. People get angry with you because they feel like you got more than what they got, even if you're married. That's unbelievable. You know, how can how can America get to that point? Especially, I don't think it's like that in the white neighborhood, but it's like that in the black neighborhood. You just don't see people of the opposite sex, you know, in the same house. That's kind of strange, really. And it's more. I heard people talk about this as far back as 30 years ago. I ain't paying no real attention. Well, now, but now it's got my undivided attention. We got people here, doctors, professional doctors, molesting children from a psychological point. You know, like in Selma. I came from Selma, Alabama. This stuff started off me running for mayor after my wife had ran for a seat. But then I just ran for it just to, you know, say, wow, what is that all about? But come to find out, it's about black people got homosexual leaders and they think they men. And this is why we at the negotiating table, we nowhere. We're not even at the table. We under the table. We under the table. And so now this been going on ever since Obama been the president. I served under as a real estate broker in Selma, Alabama, while James Perkins was a mayor. I ain't know that just because you're a sister, you know, that's all it takes to be a politician. You know, that's crazy. You know, and we got many people ahead in organizations like the NAACP. You know, like, and then what can you do about it? And, you know, but tell the truth about what's going on. You know, and then if you can't, baby, you know, how you gonna have a guy volunteer for the military? How you gonna have a guy volunteer for the military, and he's overseas trying to stop the same thing that you're promoting right here? You know, bombing children while they're trying to eat breakfast. You know, what the hell is that about? You know, this child, he don't have a nose, half his face gone. And the people sitting around, the professional people here is molesting children. You know, it's like, just terrible. And we got the financing and everything to do it. They don't have no law. My daughter, she got a lawyer. You're supposed to have a lawyer looking out for her interests. And she trying to take up for a whole LGBT community. And she's just 13 years old. And just because, you know, well, I guess because the way TV is regulated. You know, you got, you know, people they might be full of just fear. You know, she can discuss with me some things she haven't discussed with her doctor. She been under my care for all her life. Now I got a doctor that knew her for a couple of weeks. And changed her whole life. Now she making a stand inside of a hospital, and she just 13 years old in a psychiatric hospital. They giving her medicine now they got her under a court order. They forced to take. She's sitting up there talking about she don't want to take no medicine, but then when they had her in court the other day, not in court, but on some type of screen. I said, why you couldn't talk? She said that the doctor told her don't say nothing. And then, but at the same time, the doctor is the one forcing her to take the medicine that she don't want to take. And then, you know, it's like they playing this. And it really comes from, she been doing to what they call a semi-private school. They call it K-12. K-12 is what the school she been attending. We're doing well in it, but all this comes through her teacher. Her teacher, old white teacher, I think. Mad because she black and had a mother and a father, because she used to talk to me about it. Ooh, Yana is very lucky to have a mother and a father to be helping her in school. You know, and I'm thinking that this lady is something honorable. She's the reason why Yana is way over where she at. You know, that's illegal. It's not ethical. These online schools, hey, don't just think because your child is on an online school that they getting educated properly, because they're not. You know, and then it's a shame the way people in positions are allowed to just mess over people, and then the government wants you to refer to them as somebody when they just really ain't nothing. You know, they ain't nothing human. They subhuman, really. Well, here's my little compadre here. He don't really know. I don't know if you can see him or not. But he just a sad. And I really don't want nothing to happen to him. I don't want nothing to happen to him based on why are they persecuting? You know, they don't look at veteran children, black veteran children. I served two terms in the military. My father served 25 years. I had two brothers that served 2 terms. Both of them had passed away, and they had pretty short lives. And they did serve in the military. I don't know exactly what effect it had on them, but when they came home, you know, they started speaking different languages and stuff, you know, crazy. And so, but, you know, that's the way the military, some people exceedingly get away from it. When I was drafted, I don't know why they volunteered for the military. I would have never volunteered for anything like I'm finna volunteer to go shoot somebody. Well, apparently, if you volunteer for that, the people that you shoot somebody for, they ain't giving you no consideration. Here I am. I was told when I was drafted that the only thing you got to do is don't be drafted. It's telling me you're a homosexual. Well, I can't. They told me I was being drafted because of communism, so I couldn't. I didn't want to just walk up and tell no lie about I'm being a homosexual. But 40 years later, all of my benefits are being handled by homosexuals in the VA. And Lord and God knows it's pitiful. I can't even get my check that I got out of the military with. You know, I mean, I really just, I'm just asking for help. Just based on they got my child in a psychiatric hospital, which now my child did drink this stuff, but I don't know in what direction. Even her teacher looked like it had something to do with it. And not me shining in the responsibility. But I just need help. And I never, you know, it's just time is of the essence. I think again because I've been campaigning for Trump. You know, I don't. Who wants more of Obama? I know I don't, and I'll stand on Mount Everest and say that. You know, who wants more of that? More of the same. It's more of the same. Lord, is it really more of the same? You know, how could it be more of the same? I don't understand where these people coming from. Well, they don't want nothing else. There's no sense in me joking. I do not understand that. But I just wish I had somebody to help me. I'm a black man. I'm 66 years old. Hey, the story is too long to be telling every day and all day. What I need is help. And so I'm gonna take a break right now because Julia is hollering. But anyway, I'll talk to you later.